Hello, I'm Tara Brabazon. I'm the Dean of Graduate Research at Flinders University, and welcome to Vlog 57, How and Why to Write a Blog. Now, this request comes from one of our great students. Hi to Todd. Todd's just started with the program, and I love receiving requests from our new PhD students. And Todd really wanted me to explore the role of a blog for a PhD student right at the start of their candidature and its role as that candidature progresses. And that's terrific. Well done, Todd. That's what this vlog is. But the interesting thing is I also received a second request from Rachel, big hi to Rachel, who's nearing the end of her candidature, and she wanted me to talk about the role of a blog in enabling not only publications but a book. So she particularly wanted me to explore the pathway from a blog to a book. So I've decided to conduct both these vlogs. I've split them into two. This first one is the how-to guide. What is a blog? How can it be used in the PhD space? And the vlog that'll follow next week particularly focuses on Rachel's request and how we enable the words that you write through a blog into enabling a book and also a suite of publications. So thank you to Todd, thank you to our Rachel, and ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So let's start with what is a blog. I've described the blog as the grandfather of social media. They emerged in 1991. It was the first genre, the first platform that enabled the reader of websites to become the writer of websites. So this was really the first moment, the movement, if you will, from Web 1 to Web 2, moving to the read-write web. So through blogs, the web became simple, became intuitive, and yes, became interactive. WordPress emerged in 2003, and WordPress is incredibly important in the blog story. WordPress matters because it is a free blogging platform. It's easy to install, it's easy to maintain. Put WordPress into Google and you'll see thousands of free templates that enable you to immediately create a blog. Boom. So to this day, today, 75% of blogs use the WordPress platform. And the reason WordPress has done so well is it is a what you see is what you get interface. That means with great ease you can use very simple code and embed videos, place images into your blogs. It's very straightforward, very intuitive. So a blog is short for something, and that was a web log. Important phrase. So web log, and that expresses that it's a series of chronological posts with the most recent post at the start, most visible for your readers. Blogs often feature a comments section, so readers can come to your website, read the blog, and then offer a comment. So that enables that engagement, that interactivity in the blog space. So what we're learning is the blog is a genre. The people who write blogs are called bloggers. The verb is blogging, and the community of blogs is referred to as the blogosphere. And indeed, blogs do engage with each other like a matrix. So it is now a mature, indeed the most mature platform and mode of social media. It is, if you will, simply a personal website. It is opinion driven, but it also has that sense of being a mode of diary or journal. You are expressing yourself in a private way, but for a public audience. So it really is a new way of thinking about the private and public space. So blogs are in a series. They're updated regularly. So some people update them once a week or once a month, but they are in a series. You do need to update them, and they often have a frame or something that links them together. They have a lot of different purposes, lots of different blogs out there. Most, I think, are about self-expression, people expressing their ideas, their views, their values. They're also present to disseminate information. You can also make money off blogs, so clickbait is available as a strategy. If you have one of those great blogs that lots of people go to, you can actually incentivize it and make money off your blog. It also has a great role, I think, for self-branding and self-promotion. You can build a community around your work. And yes, they also allow you to find a job. There's lots of different types of blogs now. As I said, it is a mature genre, so it's got sub-genres within them. The most common is just simply the personal blog, an individual expressing their views, their ideas. There are also, though, collaborative blogs, and these are very interesting, and in the PhD space this is quite significant. If I can draw you to Warwick University, the wonderful Warwick University, they allow their PhD students in collaboration to participate in a Warwick University PhD blog. So once a week a different student offers a comment. Now I think that's a fantastic collaborative blog, and if that's something that interests our Flinders University men and women, hello out there for our candidates, if this is something you would like to do, please contact me and I will enable that for you. So that's the collaborative blog, and Warwick University PhD students are doing that brilliantly. There's also micro blogging that exists through Twitter and Tumblr in particular. There's then the corporate or the organisational blogging that's very much a form of public relations. The new PR uses blogs, and also media blogs, that is vlogs, like what I'm doing at the moment. This is a form of blogging but via video. So your PhD is a really great topic to frame and align a blog if you choose to do so. The blog is great because it allows the weaving, the incorporation of mixed media sources into your work. So video can easily be a part of it, images can easily be a part of it. And you can also link your blog to an array of other social media sites. So you can link your blog to Twitter, to LinkedIn, and Facebook in particular. So the great advantage of a blog, I think, for a busy PhD student is that blogs can vary in length. So if you are interested in just putting in a paragraph one day, 3 or 4 sentences, that can be your update. If you have 1,000 words of something you'd like to express in greater depth, you can do that as well. So to give you a sense of some great examples of PhD blogs that exist, there's the great one, Happy Science. My favourite is Only a Model. Please look at Only a Model. That's the great structural engineering blog. It's fantastic. Get a Life is a great blog. Also, Grad Hacker is brilliant. The truly amazing Thesis Whisperer is another great example. PhD to Published is a great blog. Rachel, important one for you. PhD to Published. And if I can recommend my dear friend, a wonderful person I've met through online engagement, please look at via Twitter at Debnet, and Deb famously blogged throughout the entirety of her PhD, and you'll find that blog to this day, now that she's Dr. Deb, you'll find it at the edu Flanus, eduflanus.com. Fantastic woman, fantastic project, and a brilliant writer, can I say. Good on you, Deb. So blogs do give you a chance for feedback. The PhD journey can be incredibly isolating, it can be incredibly lonely, and through the blog you're able to meet new people and get commentary on your work in real time. But what I would say is there are crazy trolls out there, there are nasty people out there, so always moderate your comments. Don't allow comments to be automatically posted. Please moderate them so that the bad behaviour can simply be removed from the web. But you can reduce isolation, you can meet fantastic new people, and therefore PhDs can be isolating and blogs can solve that problem. So Todd, that's a particularly important moment for you right at the start of your PhD, that you can actually share your journey with people around the world. So blogs do allow you to express your research. They also stop you being a perfectionist. Certain PhD students, and you know who you are perfectionists in your writing, so you torture yourselves. see if you're one of these people. So you write something, you go, that's not right, and you delete, and then you write, and then you delete. If you're one of those people, a blog can help you get over the perfectionism and just write. Put the ideas out there. We learn to write by writing, and blogs enable you to do that. But a blog also allows you to show your expertise, to claim a particular sphere of knowledge and align your name with a particular area of research. And that's very important post the PhD. The PhD genre, particularly for blogs, that has a great impact here is the creative-led project. And I just wanted to talk about this in a little bit of detail. So those of you out there that are using creative-led methods, learning-led methods, or practice-led methods, and you exist from speech pathology right the way through to creative arts, I know who you are. So blogs are incredibly useful to, if you like, create a portfolio or a suite of your artifacts and demonstrate the journey for the creation of those artifacts. That's incredibly important to practice-led, creative-led research methods. And here's one we prepared earlier. One of my PhD students, the wonderful Mark Brown, hello to Mark Brown, is using creative-led research methods in his PhD, and right from the start of his PhD he decided to configure a blog to allow the matrix of materials that he was creating to find a home for them, and blogs allow you to do that. So I recommend that you have a look at Mark's wonderful website and blog, www.mark-brown.com.au. Good on you, Mark. It's a fantastic example. And so blogs can create a research diary, if you will, of your work through the 3 years, but can also be referred to in the thesis itself. The most important advantage, I think, of a blog to PhD students is it allows you to reflect on the process of finishing a PhD, because you see, all the research shows, team, that the PhD students who finish reflect on the process. I'll say that again. The PhD students who finish reflect on the process. So that means the PhD is not simply a series of experiments or a bit of field work or going to the archive. You start to ask the question about the why of the PhD rather than the what or the how. So you start to reflect on the PhD as a process, as a genre, as a way of doing knowledge. So if you use the blog to reflect on your journey, you have a greater chance of finishing a PhD. Pretty important. So what I do recommend, and this is important for all PhD students, in fact all researchers, is that you separate out very strongly your public life and your private life. And that division will be different for every single PhD student and every single scholar. You have to make a decision about how much of your private life you are prepared to put into the public life. So make that decision and be very clear on that when you are blogging. It is important that you find an audience for your research, and your blog can provide a pathway to publication that we're going to talk about in the next vlog next week. Future employers are going to read your blog, so it can provide that pathway to getting a job as well, and also consultancies and also journalism that we'll talk about next week as well. So thank you to Todd for this fantastic suggestion. Our brand new PhD students that are starting on their journey are offering me fantastic suggestions, so please keep them coming in. Good on you, Todd. You are a legend. You are a wonderful human being. Flinders is very lucky to have you with us. You are great. And for every single one of you out there, as always, I wish you love, light, and peace. Tea out.